So, while the most recent NFL dynasty is the ongoing dynasty of the Kansas City Chiefs, and the most recent NBA dynasty, everyone seems to agree was probably the one of the Warriors. What about the MLB or the NHL? In the MLB, one could make the argument of the Houston Astros. You look at the Astros, and they won the World Series in 2017 and 2022, lost it in 2019 and 2021. And what you're not seeing here, what is all the years the Astros made it to the ALCS. Looking at the list of Astros seasons, um, we can see that 2018 was an ALCS loss, so was 2020, even though they were only 29 and 31. And 2023, the same thing. They also won 6 of the most recent 7 division titles for their division. But there are some reasons why I'm skeptical to call the Astros a dynasty. First of all, they are cheaters. You look at the Houston Astros sign stealing scandal. They cheated to win a 2017 World Series, and that ring should have been revoked. I think that you look at it, and and we see the aftermath of it. The MLB commissioner was very lenient on the Astros. Bud Selig probably would have banned players for life. No players were banned for this. He would have banned players for life and probably revoked their 2017 World Series ring. Um, so that's that. Now, as far as the World Series winners, what's the most recent dynasty then? It's hard to say. Looking at the Giants, they do seem like a pretty obvious choice at first. They won the 2010, 2012, and 2014 World Series. That seems like a dynasty, right? It is. Until you look at this. 2009, they had a strong record, but they missed the playoffs. 2011, they missed the playoffs. 2013 was not only a playoff miss, but they had a losing record as well and finished second to last in the division. 2014, they made it in as a wild card team. 2015, and they missed the playoffs again. In 2016, is a divisional round lost to the Chicago Cubs, who eventually won the World Series. So is it really a dynasty? I don't think so. I think that they're too inconsistent even when they win the World Series. They're still too inconsistent when they win the World Series. So then what could it be? My answer in that case is probably the Yankees. As much as I hate to say it, owing to the fact that I am a Mets fan. 1996, they won the World Series, and in 1998, 1999, and 2000 also featured World Series wins, with World Series losses in 2001 and 2003. As a matter of fact, the Yankees were looking like a really powerful team for a while heading into the 1990s. 1995, they succumbed to the Mariners in the divisional series, where they easily could have won if they didn't blow it. Of course, 1994 had no postseason. In 1993, they missed the playoffs. 1996, they won the World Series. 1997 was a divisional round loss to the Cleveland Indians. 1998 was a really strong season, 114 wins. 1999, same thing. 2000, same thing. They won the World Series, even though the records were getting weaker. 2001, they lost the World Series. They beat the Mariners, though, in the ALCS. They won the ALCS in 5 games against a 116-win Seattle Mariner team. 2002 featured a loss in the ALDS. And despite 103 wins, again, still seen as a failure. So I guess that's where the dynasty claims can be, somewhat out of it. But 2003, they lost the World Series. 2004, of course, is the year where they hilariously blew the ALCS. 2005, they lost in the ALDS. 2006, they lost in the ALDS. 2007, they how far did the Yankees go in 2007? Oh, they lost in the ALDS. And in 2008, they finally missed the playoffs. So now let's look at the most recent NHL dynasty. Let's look at Stanley Cup winners. I know the Islanders had a dynasty for a while. I'm curious to see what it looks like now. Okay, there we go. So, looking at the NHL, we can see the Lightning going back to back. The Lightning did go back to back. So, is it a dynasty? I think you have to go, it has to be more than just going back to back to be a dynasty. The Chiefs, the big reason why they're a dynasty is not just because they won Super Bowl 57 and 58. They also made Super Bowl 55, won Super Bowl 54, and even when Mahomes lost in the AFC Championship game in 2018 and 2021, they lost in overtime, even though they blew a big lead in 2021. 2017 was the last time they didn't make the AFC Championship game. That was a wild card loss. The last time they didn't win a division was 2015. And the last time they missed the playoffs was 2014. And the last time they had a winning record was 2012. But so you look at this and how they were with Stanley Cup champions of 2020 and 2021. 2019, the Lightning were first round exits in a sweep. 2018, the Lightning made it to the Eastern Conference Finals and almost edged out the Capitals. 2017, they didn't make the playoffs. And then looking afterwards, 2022, the Lightning were what happened to the Lightning? They lost the Stanley Cup Finals, and in 2023 was the year in which they were upset by the Maple Leafs in the first round. Yes, the Maple Leafs actually did something. So I'd probably say in that case that it probably was the Lightning when they had their run for a little while. No one could really get through them.